أكبر الله أكبر.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the Islamic Center at New York University podcast, coming to you straight from the heart of New York City. We're building an amazing Muslim community here at ICNYU where everyone is welcomed and respected no matter where you're from or where you're at. This is the place to be. So open your ears and your heart and come along with us on another life-changing journey. Bismillah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا رب اجعلني مقيم الصلاة ومن ذريتي ربنا وتقبل دعاء لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم وصلى اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. Inshallah, this halaqah today will be just the wrapping up of introducing the Qur'an and how to read the Qur'an. So we will just briefly go through the main principles of reading the Qur'an. So while we are reading the Qur'an, what we should bear in mind, most importantly, so that we will understand the Qur'an and apply it to our life, and we will really see the relevance to our life and the Qur'an. Now, it's very, I'll try to go as fast as possible, but if any of you wants to ask a question and wonders why this is the principle of reading the Quran, why not to read in another way? You can just ask don't bother about anything, just ask anything comes to your mind that you don't feel very comfortable with. First most important of the principle is, while we are reading the Quran, we shouldn't read it as a history book. Everybody tells that. Everybody knows it. You keep hearing this. So we will continue and we will understand the significance of it. Revelation talks to us here and now, not there and then. What does it mean? If we are not going to read the Quran as a history book, we should not read the narrations of the old ancient people that they are destroyed, they rejected the Prophet or followed the Prophet, what happened, what didn't happen to them, whatever is not really relevant to me. Why? I didn't see them, I haven't experienced them, I cannot prove it. So I have met or heard this kind of question on many occasions, saying that, how can I confirm the Quran talks about something which happened, I don't know, even historically ancient, when it happened? How can I confirm it? Oh, the point is not that, because Quran speaks to human beings, and it is the speech of the creator of the whole universe, the Lord of the whole universe, whatever you call it, owner of the whole universe. So we have to understand that although it may mention a specific event which took place in history or nowadays, why, I have to ask, why do you tell me this? Because you are speaking to me at the same time. Doesn't Quran speak to you right now? Yeah, because your Creator is speaking to you. He created you with the ability to ask the questions, to wonder about the thing is what is going on, why we are here, why are we created here, why do we live in this world? Many, many human concerns. Why bother? Lots of problems of life. endless. So what we do, we have to ask the Quran, saying that if you are my creator's speech, you have to give me the answer to my questions right now. I need now. That's why we have to read the Quran as if speaking to me directly, not in the form of revelation, but directly to me, to give the answer, to give the guidance to my human questions which are taking place right now. Is it clear? So to say that the Quran is not a history book is not enough. What we have to do, understand it as not a history book. So what is it then? If it is not a history book, what is it then? The question is very clear. No, it is speaking to you, giving some examples, but speaking to you. You will find yourself in the story of the prophetic messages. You will find in your own life. Do you understand the significance of it? What happened in the past? Let's say the Prophet Ibrahim and Queen of Sheba. Okay. Saba. I don't know whether they are. Even they are in Yemen, they say historically. So what? I'm not in Yemen. I am in New York. So I don't really bother. So why are you telling me this? We have to ask this question. So it is just an example. This event took place in Yemen or somewhere around there, but I have to bring it to my life now in New York and say, somebody is very powerful leader of a huge, that time that must be a rich and important country. So what am I supposed to do? What Abraham did, which kind of message he presented to them, and why Quran mentions certain events but not many events at the same time. Partially. Quran always narrates the stories partially. And we have to understand that Quran is emphasizing only the relevant part of the event to my life now. So I have to really relate it to my life now. The second principle, do we have any problem about the first principles question? Right? So let's go further, because it is a kind of wrapping up what we have been studying thus far. The Quran should be read as a direct address of our Creator to us. We know historically it was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad والسلام, to a prophet through angels, whatever. But what I have now, the written book, yeah, I'm not revealing revelation, but written book, which includes in it the written form of the revelation that the prophet received. So I am responsible for the written book now, and in the written book I read whatever is written there. So I should say, this is the speech of my Creator speaking to me and saying directly to me, whatever your name is. For example, my name is Ali. Ali, say, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Is it really? Say, Qul huwa Allahu ahad. Really? What do you mean by ahad? I have to question. Because we keep hearing, ahad is one. No, it is not a number. Why? Quran doesn't give me the number, not for the sake of number, but what should I understand? It says, okay, listen, Allahu Samad explains. I have to be in dialogue with the speech of the Creator. It must be a live thing with me and my Creator. As My Creator is giving me the existence right now and giving me the mind right now. As I question it, I have to relate it to the Quran at the same time, saying that, why do you tell me this? It must be important for me. Yeah, why do you tell me? So it will explain to you. But if you don't ask, you don't get answer. What is more important, we have to pay attention. Quran is not an encyclopedic book. It means gives you information about a subject. What happened or what will happen in the future, what happened in the past, and some people rejected the prophets. They were so arrogant, all right. Who are they? Abu Jahl, Abu Lahab, Walid bin Mughira was the famous enemy of the Prophet. Yeah, what shall I do? Okay, what shall I do? All right, they were bad people. Go to hell. So, yeah. We have to ask them, why do you tell me this? You are my Creator. Yeah. Then practically what we do, He gave me hands. I ask, why did you give it to me? I say, practically I know to use it, to take it, to communicate with the creation, with the world around me. So I will be interactive with them by using it. I understand from the creation, but the speech, I should question. When you question, you get the answer. Oh, of course, we cannot arbitrarily interpret the Quran, but at the same time, use the scholarly made books and whatever the help they present to us, we have to, as we all do. Yeah, I do the same thing. Benefit from them, select them which is relevant to my life. That's what I do. Well, it takes a long time. So you may do it as much as you can. So I have to take it to my life and question it. Quran never, by definition, if it is my Creator's speech, it should never fail to answer my questions. But my questions should not be biased. For example, I don't want this, and then if you give me the answer which requires me to do that, I will say, no, it is prejudice. It is just biased attitude. Feel free in your human feelings, be relaxed, put no condition, use your abilities as they are created, and at the end say, why do you tell me this? What do you want me? So you said, you will find that, the Prophet Shuaib's example was directly related to my life. Ibrahim's example was directly related to my wife, to my life. Sorry, my wife must be speaking about it. So it is not somebody else's story. Got it? Directly speaking to you. If you can manage this, first it may be, sorry, not necessarily, may be hard, because lots of threatening language in the Quran. But think about yourself, and I'm thinking about myself as well. If I am not warned about dangers, what will happen to my life, or in my life? I have to be warned. I need it. Encouragement, yes, I need encouragement as well, but the most educating side of it, warning, because we are created in such a way. This is a very fine point. We are created always to seek, to run after, to desire what is good for me. We forget. While I am dealing with the things that I like, how can I misuse them? Is there any way that I may be misusing it? Sometimes even abusing the qualities God gave me. For example, God says, I created you for some purpose, which is to communicate with me through worship. Through worship means acknowledgement at every moment. Whatever the good things that you receive, that you enjoy, you are expected to be thankful. Yeah, to be thankful. Even if somebody, this morning I was walking and there was a lady coming and the sidewalk was narrow. I didn't want to disturb her and waited until this narrow area ends. I was in the beginning. She walked into it. I don't want to get next to her. Just this very small kindness. And she said, thank you, because I respected her. Look at this. How much grace we receive from Allah. How much we are thankful. That's why we need more warning. The Quran mentions about the hell more than the paradise. That is the reality. Why? I need warning. What are you doing? For example, did you really aware? For example, I came here by train, all right? Subway train, all right. And did I think for the train that Allah gave us this opportunity, the creator of the universe gave us this opportunity? Alhamdulillah, I was aware of it. So, but most of the people, what do they say? Thanks to the government, thanks to the administration, whatever, the city, well-organized, technology, scientists, the creator, almost very rarely, if anybody believes in God. Otherwise, no one remembers. The creator of the opportunities that the people are making these machines and underground or whatever, fast trains, etc. These are given us by whom? Who organized all this universe so that we can benefit from it and make all these train or other means of technology that we are benefiting from? Do you think the technologies, the scientists are inventing them or discovering them? What are they doing? Discovering from where? From the way the universe is created. Within the order of the universe, we should never ever say, yes, these people worked for, yeah, thank you very much. I go to the green grocery, I thank the owners, I thank you, it is a good facility for me, available for me, but do I thank God who created everything this man selling? This man is just selling and gets his price. If you don't pay me, we wouldn't give it to you. But the creation is free. That is why when it is free and abundant, it is more likely that we won't appreciate it. So we need warning. Alaikum salam. So you see that the Quran should not be read as somebody else's story that I will say, listen to this story, like a child or children, children listens to the story and say that, good boys are always rewarded. They get the chocolate. So I will be a good boy. Will you buy me a chocolate? Like this. No. It is not somebody else, alien to you. It is just you mentioned in the Quran. You are the child. You are whatever the person mentioned in the Quran. Right? Shall we move? So, okay. What is this? Okay, let me get this one down as well. All right. 3, the message of the Quran should be confirmed by observing this word. Now, I will give a very brief explanation, but what do I mean by observing this word? We should base our conclusions on what we experience here. So, evidence comes first, explanation further. I think we should understand that. Evidence comes first, only then do our convictions follow. Without evidence, can you follow? Can you confirm it? Without evidence. So, evidence comes first, and then confirmation. But we should understand that after observing this word means the evidence in the creation, and then evidence in my creation. We shouldn't forget this. In my feelings, the evidence also in my feelings. Quran says, I am your protector. I am the one who takes care of you. I am the one who maintains you. Right? Okay, this is what I am. Whoever created the universe is my maintainer, my Lord, my owner. He takes care of my life. He is the one who gave me life, and he created me, gave me life, and taking care of it. Whatever I need, he is the one who provides all my needs. Established. The one who does it, it is my Lord. Can I find this source that really creates whatever I need in this world? Something is creating it, giving existence to it. Can you find anyone? Anything? Everything needs to be created. Everything needs to obey the order. Everything is subject to the way they are created. So settled. I mean, there is somebody says, okay, this is moving. This is the cell is producing something. Okay, for example, why I speak a lot, so my saliva comes. Do you think am I producing it? I'm created in this way. I don't know. Some people suffer from not having this. They cannot do anything. So the cells are doing. How do they do it? They are like me. At the most, I'm intelligent. I have free choice. I plan. I use the things. My cells don't. They are just made up of what? Matter. Something matter. So, we should observe it. We can confirm all the message that the Quran says, and of course, most influential side of the Quran is to make the psychological analysis of human beings. Our reality. It is, you can call it, I feel that when I study the Quran, I feel that Quran is a psychology book. Analyzes me, presents what I am, teaches me who I am, and how should I really utilize myself at the best level. So I have to understand that I have to prove it. For example, my feelings also is a source of evidence. My feelings. If I, for example, I want everything perfectly happening. And this desire is with me. And God says, look at the universe. This is my work. He is the creator speaking to me. This is my work. Is there anything which is not perfect? See, so even the things that we don't like are perfectly created. Perfectly created. Think about it. I don't want to go into details. Any questions? No? Qur'an should not be interpreted for a worldly purpose. That is, we say that Qur'an is not a history book. Qur'an is not a biology book. Qur'an is not an, dietary book. Qur'an is not a medical studies book or the medical textbooks. What does it mean then? What does the Qur'an do to me? The meaning of everything created. The meaning that we study all the biological subjects, all chemistry subjects, what is going on there? Why are they existing in the way that they are? What is the point? What am I expected to do with them? But worldly purpose, I can learn from the worldly people. And the word itself, for example, if you want to learn how to make a dress, you can learn it, experiencing it physically. You don't need your creator to teach you, because your creator has already presented the universe to you in such a way that you can learn from it. That is what we are here. So we have to learn from it, but what we can learn, what is the significance of it? Why am I created in this way? Why? So this side of it, is meaning side of the creation, is explained by this creator, because I cannot really know. But it is not a table, and I'm asking, what am I going to do with it? I know what to do it. I don't need my creator to teach me what am I going to do with this. How am I going to use the table? I learned it it is very complicated for me to use the computer in the best way. So I need somebody to teach me, and there are people who can teach me. But when I see the wonderful creation of this computer, how come it came existence, and what is the point? That is the question I have to ask while I'm reading the Qur'an. So Qur'an gives the explanation to the meaning of the existence of everything. That's what I have to do. I have to look for it. Okay. So, do we understand that? Qur'an is not a health book, but Qur'an is the book. Why do we need why do I need health, and who is creating the health? This is the question. And why I am created in this way? What does it mean for me? Okay. 5. We should always see the signs of God in everywhere. I think you are my friend from Colombia. So that's why I recognize, I know this friend. So, but I haven't seen you here. This is the first time, I think, in our classes. Okay, welcome. We should always see the signs of God in every being. I think we have talked about it a lot. So these are, there are signs in every being pointing to the qualities of the source of existence, right? Everything. That is, when you read it, you understand. I don't think you need my explanation. So far, we have mentioned a lot. All right? Finish? Shall we pass to the next? Quickly, because I am excited about starting the Adam's story. So the Quran doesn't narrate story. It talks about our real life conditions, real life conditions. So not the story itself. The story is directly related to our real life questions. Read it with this intention, you will find it. But of course, it is very common to read the Quran and give lots of information about the history. Who was Moses? Who was Noah? And what was his wife's name? I say, what are you going to do with his wife's name? I will register it official or what? It could have been everything, anything. What is the significance of it? Why do you bother about it? And argue, no, it is an Israeliyat, we cannot trust it, it may be this way. Azar was Abraham's father? No. It was uncle. No, why? A prophet's father cannot be that bad. No. What's the point? What are you going to do with his uncle or father? It could have been everything. Quran says, let me remember the verse. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. ومن ذريتهما محسن وظالم لنفسه مبين. The ayat is, it means the Prophet Ibrahim and his son Ishaq, and from their descendants, some of them are muhsin, good, rightly acting people. Some of them are transgressors. So to come from the descendants of the Prophet doesn't guarantee that you will not do anything wrong. That's what the Quran says. And I should bother about the father, the son who is doing good, who is doing bad. Look at myself. I have to take care of my responsibility. My children may follow me, may not follow me. But I'm responsible how I brought them up, raised them. That is my responsibility. Right? Quickly? Okay. The Quran doesn't introduce the Prophet says sage persons. Prophets in the Quran always declared, and historical narrations also, especially about Prophet Muhammad والسلام, very, very detailed life stories or events are narrated in the Sirah books, and to a certain extent, Jewish tradition keeps Moses, Prophet Musa as an example. Christian tradition keeps Prophet Jesus as an example, although they don't say it is a prophet. None of our business, that's their problem. We understand that a man can only be a prophet at the best, nothing more. At the best, nothing more. Because a created being cannot be in any way a creator or a piece of a creator or, I don't know, partner of a creator. I don't know. Son of a creator. I mean, creator is absolute. What do you mean by about his son? Do you think he is a huge man or something? So that's a human imagination. Anyways, that is not our problem. But they know that the prophets never, ever claimed that this is my idea. If a person says, this is my idea, what does it mean? He's not a prophet. If a prophet specifies, we know that from the life of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, the companions used to ask him. This is a very delicate point. You should not really go into extreme and be careful. Oh, Rasulullah, they used to call Rasulullah. Oh, Rasulullah, is it your idea? It is what Allah ordered you or revealed to you. It is my personal idea. I like this meat, I don't like this kind of meat. Isn't that simple? It is not revelation. So, in this choice, excuse my language, I will make it clear. Muhammad is not a prophet. In choosing this meat or not liking this, for example, the prophet didn't like certain things, and he said to the people, no, it is not haram. It is what I don't enjoy it. That's it. You can have it if you like it. This side is not a prophetic side of Muhammad. The Muhammad's prophetic side, it clears that Allah, my creator, revealed it to me through either revelation, wahi, or inspiration, ilham. That is what the prophet, that is what makes a person a prophet. This is not from me, this is from Allah. They asked the prophet, Qur'an also explicitly says, they asked you, why don't you bring a miracle so that we will believe in you? And as they ask on purpose that they should be presented through a prophet, a miracle doesn't happen. Because miracle happens only for people who are not biased. So that they will say that this man is saying something really interesting. But seems to be, but the first time I have seen it, I haven't seen the angel coming to him and embracing him. This is it from God. Yeah, but it, now, sign it. You got it. It is registered. So guarantee. No, there is no such thing. No one knows. But he said it is from God. You have to look at the content. If this man can say it, or it is from the Creator. Accordingly, you will judge, yes.
Yes, so you're saying the inspiration is also cannot be prophetic?
Inspiration?
Yeah.
No, it is. It is. Even in the case of the prophets, even this certainty of vision, ru'ya, not hulm. Yeah.
So let's say if I'm inspired to do something, it could be a choice that I take based on the inspiration.
Yeah, the angel comes and says, but not gives the direction, teaches him, guides him, but it is not in the form of the Qur'an, this eternal speech. It is just for that event. We can take from lesson from it and update it to our life. That is another technique that it needs expertise. That's why our subject is very introductory, basic. So we cannot go into it. If you go it, 1 point takes 1 hour. Really. So, alhamdulillah, it is possible, but it is not the case now. So, these are sage person means I thought about it, I understood, I concluded. No such thing in the life of the prophets. Right?
Do you have
Move?
questions in Zoom or something?
Sorry?
Are there questions on Zoom in the chat? Or
Question?
on the chat, I see 3 messages.
Let me see, is there anything there? Yeah, I see. I have to have my glasses. Surah Hadid, yeah, yes. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا نُوحًا So, وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا نُوحًا وَإِبْرَاهِيمَ وَجَعَلْنَا فِي ذُرِّيَّتِهِمْ if our friend on Zoom narrating it about I see. Yeah. Okay, let's read the English one. Among them is he who is guided, but many of them are defiantly disobedient, fasiqun. Yeah, this is a similar verse, but the verse I was referring is from 37, Safat, chapter Safat. I don't know the verse number, but as far as I remember, if anybody wants to follow it, Safat, 37th section of the Qur'an. Maybe towards the end. Yeah. I mean, my memory is very weak. So we understood now to be even the very son of the prophet doesn't guarantee anything. The typical example, everybody knows, Noah's son, for example. Wife of a prophet, not guaranteed. Lut's wife, not guaranteed. So physical relation doesn't guarantee your spiritual security. So we have to be careful about it. So, shall we move? Quran never introduces us the essence of God, but His attributes, His names. So this is important. We think that Quran is introducing, talking about God. We think that describing God as He is in its essence. Never. It is impossible. It is beyond human comprehension, because I am a created being. The Creator must have, by definition, definitely a different level of existence. Nothing to do with me. Irrelevant to my life, because I'm dependent, I'm created, I am needed, I am needy, and I'm subject to follow the rules, and I cannot control myself. Whereas the one who created me should have the opposite one, as the Quran says, La ilaha illallah. But La ilaha is on one side, illallah is just the opposite. Why do we need La ilaha? Very simple introduction to this very essential subject in the Quran. Why do we need La ilaha? In order to understand that I cannot comprehend the Creator. So how I cannot comprehend the Creator? Because I am only able to comprehend what is going on in the created world. Even in the created world, the essence of existence, no one knows. But we see what exists there and make comparison. This is hard, this is soft, this is big, bigger than the other, smaller. This kind of descriptions, this is not, the number of this thing is 5 or 10, 12. Compare. When it comes to the source of existence, it becomes absolute. So what we have to say, there is no God, nothing in the world who has the power to create at all, but they all need to be created. Therefore, there must be a creator, because every one of us needs to be created. There must be a creator. But look at the language. I'm not saying there is a creator. No, there must be a creator. We have to pay attention to this difference here. We cannot say there is a creator. We can only say there must be a creator. That's my conclusion. That is why belief can only be in ghaib. Do you understand? Ghaib means there must be. That's the conclusion. What's going on?
Yeah, almost at time.
Really? Okay, we have to go. So, we have only a few minutes?
8 minutes.
8 minutes? The clock is fast. I think so.
No, it is 8 minutes.
Sorry?
No, it is 8 minutes.
Okay, 8 minutes. I don't have the time.
Inshallah, we'll finish it. Don't worry.
Sorry?
We'll finish it, inshallah.
Okay, but
Prayer.
let me. Oh yeah, 7 minutes now. I missed 1 minute. The Quran is the revelation from the absolute knowledge of God. What does it mean? It is a universal message, and it has infinite layers of meaning. No one can exhort its universal meaning. It means no one can have or claim to have final word about the meaning and the content of the Quran. So we have to know that. We have to bear in mind and know that while I'm speaking here, what does it mean? A fragment of the meaning I'm sharing with you. Let's say a great scholar is speaking. Yes, of course I am a great scholar. I'm an ordinary man like you, trying to understand, benefit from the Quran as much as possible, and share my notes with you here. These are the results of my notes. So I never speak and claim anything big, but scholar, great scholar. He knows more than me, correct? Definitely, I cannot compare, but he knows not one fragment of the Quran, maybe 2 or 3 fragments of the Quran. At the end, it's a fragment of the meaning. Why? Absolute knowledge is speaking, including every people's. But how many billions of people? Everybody is concerned, is answered in the Quran. Must be. Because if Quran is the speech of the creator of the universe, the world, the human beings, therefore, every human being should be addressed by his creator. You know, for example, the shape of your nose is specifically designed by your creator. If you see that, if you see a person, look at, I met this brother. In another context, I was surprised that I know this man, but where? Then I remember why he has every one of us, example I am using, because I know he's a very sympathetic brother, he doesn't mind. He specifically designed in such a way that none of the people, 6 billion people, is like him. The creator is the one who creates us in this way. Understood? Speaks to me specifically to my character. That is why infinite. Not only this age, next age, past, previous generations is the same. We have to understand this. So, infinite layers of question, meaning cannot be exhausted by anyone. How deep the person is in his knowledge. No one can and should claim the Quran says this. Excuse me, please know your limits. Then be careful. Quran may say a lot of things, but yours is only a piece of it. Don't say Quran says this. But be honest and say, I understood from this knowledge. It means a cup, that my cup gets as much as I am as a created being from the ocean, a cup of water. Can I say this is the water?
No.
But I can say this is from the ocean. Okay? This is the difference. So we have to behave ourselves, know our limits, and never speak on behalf of God. But only say what? That is what I learned from God. Simple. This is as much as I got from it. Yeah, your cup has the water from ocean. Yes, it is from the ocean, but it doesn't represent the ocean. We have to behave ourselves. The last one. The Quran cannot be read as a heritage of our ancestors and blindly follow what it says. No, we have to watch out our languages here. The Quran, as our book says, lots of problems. It is not your book, first of all. You are the follower of the book. The book is the speech of the Creator who created all human beings. Not only this generation, every generation. If they get the opportunity to really communicate with the book, with the Quran, speaks to them. To their life conditions, as we see that the Quran's content is directly related to my living conditions. Definitely everybody will find something there. So that is what we have to, or how we should communicate with him and try to understand what it tells to me, rather than saying that this is my book, it tells me this. No, it doesn't tell you this. What you understood only as much as your capacity, as much as you need. Let's say, this book is from my Creator. I got this much from it. As much as it is the meaning of the Quran related to my life, that is, you can speak for yourself within your capacity. Don't say that this is what I understood. Unfortunately, nowadays, what's happening? What's happening? Reading the translation. Even they don't know that they are reading the translations. They think that they are reading the Quran. So ridiculous. But translation of the Quran, it is somehow related, but not the Quran. First of all, even you read the original text, still you read within your own capacity. So you cannot really own everything, but within your own capacity, say, this is what I understood. And we have to understand that I have to read it, I have to confirm it. Other than saying that I was raised in a Muslim family, so I am a Muslim. Yeah, this is our tradition. This the most absurd claim. What do you mean your tradition? Religion is not tradition. What are you talking about? This is your conviction. This is your understanding. How you explain yourself. How do you make the sense of your own life? Be careful what are you doing. So we have to be very careful and not to follow the tradition, but try to benefit from it as much as possible in order to confirm it. Right? Bismillah. Any question? Any concern? Yes.
When you said that we cannot say this is what Quran said, what if certain things Quran said we're not allowed to eat pork? Can
No.
we say that?
You can say, I read the Quran,
Uh-huh.
I understood, or more knowledgeable people understood pork is not to be consumed in the form of meat, bacon,
Yes.
right? Pork is pork, with all the swan is swan. You know that. Pig is pig. Yeah, Allah created it. Beautiful. Everything is beautiful, whatever Allah creates, right? So pork is prohibited. That is what we understood from the Quran. Wrap up? Okay.
Whatever you're ready. No hurry.
No, it's all right. Inshallah. Oh, what's it?
Take your time. You don't have to hurry.
That is the end.
I love it.
That is good. That's good. So here we go. All right. What shall we do now? I know. Inshallah, I got it. I thought I got it ready. I didn't get it. Just to give the introduction. Next week is there is no class.
No.
Next week, so following week,
Yes.
inshallah. Just a minute. Very, very simple. No. Where is it? I see. This one. Here it is. And then this one. Oh. Next week, the adventure of human life, the Prophet Adam in the Qur'an. Adam's story is directly related to human life story. So, inshallah, we will start from it. That is very exciting. Very exciting. You will see, because we have been really talking about what is the definition of the Quran, what the definition of the Quran is, how the Quran should be read, the principles of reading, etc. Lots of, how many weeks we spent on it. Now we are going to do it practically and see, by following these principles, you will get amazing different understanding of the Quran. Inshallah, in 2 weeks. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين بحرمة سر سورة الفاتحة.
We hope you enjoyed our podcast. If you're inspired by the work that we're doing at the IC and want to help keep it going, subscribe to our podcasts, follow us on social media, donate to help support us at icnyu.org, and most importantly, keep us in your continued du'as. Until next time, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.